Hi there, Casey Healey, Director here at Century 21 Novocastrian, back with you for our Monday wrap, keeping Newcastle investors up to date on what's happening in the current rental market, tips, tricks and strategies to maximise your return on your investment. I thought I'd talk about, we're often asked how soon is too soon or when should I start marketing my property for lease? So we get asked this question a number of times, and there's a couple of factors that we take into consideration when suggesting when's the best time to hit the market for your property. So the first one is the time of year you're leasing the property. Let's take an example. Your property is available the first week in January. That property actually needs to be advertised, I would say at least mid to early December, like that first week, somewhere between say the 7th and the 15th of December, because we know that that property has to be leased prior to Christmas for those tenants ready to go in January. We know that tenants aren't necessarily going to be looking over that peak Christmas period. So we need to know that that property is going to have tenants ready for when it becomes available in the new year. The type of property. Depending on the type of property and how much interest you're going to have in that property is also what you're going to take into consideration when leasing your property. We know that family homes are always snapped up really quickly in the suburbs, so those don't have to be advertised as quick as something that's maybe a little bit harder to lease, maybe a furnished property, because we know inquiry levels on furnished properties versus unfurnished, there's more people looking for unfurnished than there are furnished properties. And then we're also going to look at how soon can we show that property? How soon can we get access to actually get tenants through the door to inspect the property? Yeah, we're in COVID at the moment, so we're in lockdown, so we're not actively showing people through properties, but if we weren't in this situation and we weren't here right now, is how soon can we get people through the door? How soon can we complete an open house? Soon can we show that property? Because people want to actually inspect a property. At Century 21, we find the optimal time to commence marketing of a property is around that 14 to 21 days. So 2 to 3 weeks out from when the property is available. We know our average days on market, 6 days to lease a property. So that way we're ensuring that that property is leased prior to when it's actually available. Recent results. What's happened this week? We're still in lockdown and working remotely, but still having really great success in leasing properties. We've had 199 tenant inquiries. We've received 99 applications on properties. We've leased 6 properties and had average days on market to lease a property 6.2 days. We've currently got 5 properties for lease, but do have several new properties hitting the market this week. A couple of those, 36 CM Street at Holmesville, that one's coming to the market at $500 per week. It's a 3-bed, 1.5 bath with off-street parking. It's in a really nice location there at Holmesville. It's so quiet, but yet so central to the new Woolworths there at Cameron Park. We've got a brand new duplex in Avery's Green Estate at Head and Greeter. That one's coming on at $460 per week. And a brand new duplex at Fletcher, 66A Mayor Crescent, Fletcher, and that one's coming on at $540 per week. I think there's actually another 2 or 3 properties still to come as well. So keep an eye on our socials, keep an eye on our websites for new properties hitting the market almost every day at the moment. A new finance video is going to drop this week. I caught up with Nick Ball on Friday and we went through a snapshot of what's happening in the finance market, but also if you've been reading, there's been a few articles lately about investors and struggling to refinance. So Nick and I dibble a little further into that and get to the bottom of how Nick can actually help you overcome those struggles. So there's great information there for landlords that are looking to refinance and understanding that maybe there's better banks than others that are more typically geared to investment lending. So do watch that video. If you'd like a copy of this Monday wrap direct to your inbox, DM us at our page here on socials or email me at casey@c21newcastle.com.au. I'll add you to our mailing list to our investors that receive this Monday wrap directly to their inbox every Monday, and you'll stay up to date with what's happening in the rental market. As always, I'm Casey Healey, Director here at Century 21. If you've got any questions in relation to your property, if you're looking at starting your investment journey, reach out and have a chat. I'd love to talk to you and help you and guide you through this process. If not, I'll talk to you all next week. Bye.